This is Roman. Roman is from France, and we are in Panama. He was in Panama during the initial lockdown and spent 4 months with no human interaction. Are you exaggerating? Is this really true? How could this be so?
Really true. It is.
So you
really
live
true.
by yourself?
I live alone in the city in my apartment, and between March 2020 and June 2020, I had no way of interacting with other people because I had to stay put in my apartment without any other movement than just go resupply in food.
So you were allowed to leave your house for 2 hours a day, 2 days a week, and that's it?
Exactly.
So 4 hours a week you're allowed to be outside?
From 7 in the morning to 9 in the morning. That was my time slot, and I had to go resupplying food in those times. On Tuesdays and
so
Thursdays.
your only interactions was with people who were selling you food, the cashier.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but that's it. So did you want to kill yourself?
Nope. Because thankfully I tried to stay in touch with my family and friends through Zoom and like social media, and that was helpful in that way. But all my family is back in France, so time difference, and that was really tough. And but the moment where everybody understood that it was not health related, this quarantine, it's when Panama opened 1 week the quarantine, and they set everybody free for just a few days.
Why do you think they did that?
And because they said, okay, it's becoming tough and everything, we understand. But the problem is, at that time there was a massive corruption scandal, and in a matter of 2 days of freedom, they said, ooh, the cases are jumping again, be careful, you better behave or we're gonna lock you down again.
So do you think it was a distraction from the corruption scandal?
Dude, like, they opened on a Saturday. On a Wednesday, they said behave to the whole population, and the next Saturday they shut down again the country.
Okay.
Totally. And we know by now that it takes several weeks to understand when the curve is rising again. So it's technically impossible to detect that many cases in such a short amount of time.
Wait. Are you using your brain to determine what makes sense instead of trusting the experts? Are you a conspiracy theorist?
No, we all tried. And the funny thing is that at this specific moment, all the international people in Panama understood the same thing. Like, we were not in quarantine for health reasons, we're in quarantine for political reasons. And we all went out of the country, or we all left the country at the same time.
During that 1 week?
Mid-June, like, the embassies started organizing humanitarian flights to go back to North America, to Europe, to wherever.
So
like South America.
So did you go back to Europe?
Went all the way back to Europe to go back with my family, of course, because I understood that I was isolated in Panama, in my host country, but for the wrong reasons, and I was being deprived of my basic needs and my basic freedom, and not for sanitary reasons.
Yeah, so essentially, you're under house arrest.
Exactly.
What else can
Illegally.
you really call it? Yeah.
So, without any legal justification. So yeah, we pretty much and all of the foreigners understood that at the same time, and we all went the fuck out.
Okay, yeah, because what I've been doing is going around to talk to people from different countries, and the picture that emerges is very interesting because things are different in different countries. A lot is the same as well. But when you talk to people who have been places like Brazil, where they say in the media in Canada that it's a disaster, that bodies are piling up and all of this, and then you talk to people who have been there and they say that that's not at all the case.
I can't say much about that because I haven't been there, I haven't seen that, but I'm only talking about my experience of being isolated for 4 months in Panama, and that was.
How did you get through it? What did you do to pass the time?
I mean, I bought some stuff online, started learning the guitar.
Okay, cool.
Trying to keep my mind busy. I did some Spanish lessons online to try to improve my Spanish. Trying to keep my brain busy because that's all you can do, and try to endure.
Okay, and so what do you think is going on in the world right now? Why do you think that this is happening? If it's not for health reasons, then what are the real reasons?
I mean, everybody, I think all countries are trying to find a specific interest to what's going on. Of course, the underlying reason is the health and protection of the elderly, for sure. But yeah, I mean, progressively the whole population is getting vaccinated, so I just hope that we're gonna get out of this very
Well,
soon.
in Canada, once they started vaccinating people, things didn't improve. You know, people had been strung along with this hope, you know, just a few more months, you know, until people get vaccinated. They started vaccinating people, things got worse. And so now, apparently, there's more cases than ever. Maybe it's coming down a little bit now, but it hasn't improved things.
I mean, you guys in Canada are like bears, right? You hibernate in the winter and you go out in the summer, right? Isn't
Kind
that
of,
the
yeah.
thing? So I guess that makes sense why the cases are skyrocketing, because
No,
you
because
guys
no,
are just
everybody.
going
But
out of your homes.
well,
No?
people are under a stay-at-home order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people
Well,
aren't allowed to be going outside.
sucks,
So
man. Well, I'm sorry I don't have the answer to your question, but yeah, it's just fucking wild. We're just trying to find a reason to just, live our lives normally, and right now it's a bit complicated, for sure.
all right, thank you very much for your time, Roman.